So it looks like one of the valves here is failing, and upon further investigation, see there's a crack. Let's see, the valve is cracked and the fitting's cracked. It's kind of weird, I haven't seen that before. Anyway, it's going to be very, very difficult. It's completely surrounded with concrete, and it looks like a pressure regulator PRV down the line there. So, and these are glue-in valves. There's not threads. There's no threads. It's a reducer bushing here, and it just glues into the valve itself to make it that much more difficult. So I'm gonna have to cut the valve off, I think, and somehow get another valve on. Haven't really done anything like this one before, so it's gonna be an experience, that's for sure. Here's a better look at it. Let's turn it on here. Here comes the water now. Okay, I've dug out literally by hand, with my hand, the screwdriver. Got some room, and looks like I should be able to get a little bit of pipe there and do something. Not sure about getting that pressure regulator back in, but once I get the new valve in, maybe I can 90 up and put the pressure regulator and then 90 back down. If not, find out where the water actually enters the landscaping and put the PRV down that way. Either way, it's not a fun one whatsoever. I'll try and drain some of the water out before I cut anything. And anyway, discuss these Jartop valves. These Jartop valves are not good valves to begin with, and these ones don't actually have threads. They're glue-in. So I see there's a reducer bushing that wasn't glued in all the way, and the problem with that is I can't actually move this valve. It's touching this. It's class 200 pipe, so it cuts pretty easy. Just wanted to make sure that drained off before I cut it. The other side just basically cracked on me. I am able to get my cutters in there, but if it was too tight, I did bring this PVC cable saw, which is a great thing to use. Great tool when you're in a tight spot. You can just wrap it around there and you can saw it, and that cable will melt right through that pipe real easy. Well, I got the valve out, and take a closer look at that crack. It's the first time I've seen a valve crack, and then the fitting crack, and then the pipe crack all in line. So there must be a lot of pressure on this. And what I've noticed is it does actually convert to, it looks like a shark bite male adapter at the end there, like the other side does. So I need to get a wrench on that, because it just sort of freely turns. So I don't want that. I don't know, I think I can disconnect it from, maybe cut that pipe and try to reconnect to it. I'm not sure yet. I just want to get the valve in place first, and that'll give me a chance for that glue to set up while I do the rest of my work. And hopefully I can turn it on before I leave today. Here's the new valve. Is the Irritrol 205 flow control, and put these 3/4 by 1 inch male adapters on, and I removed the pressure regulator here, so it can just fit on there. I just got enough room, barely, but looks like I can squeeze it on, and I may have to turn it a bit to make it fit. So I left on as much as I could. Don't want to remove anything more or cut anything, so I'm going to get my valve on first and then size up my PRV. And I'm going to use purple primer and a fast set gray glue. This stuff stains like crazy, so I put it on top of the rocks there so I don't stain. If anything drips, it'll hopefully absorb into the dirt and not into the concrete. Well, I got it in. It wasn't that pretty, especially using that purple. I like to use the wet and dry with the clear primer. It's a lot less messy. Unfortunately, this pressure regulator was too big. I couldn't actually fit it in there using the 90s, so I ended up putting it at an angle sort of perpendicular to the pipe, so I could come up and do my repair with the 490s. So, I mean, not too bad. Not too bad. It really, I would have used, if I had the parts, I didn't have the parts with me, is a street L slip by thread, and you could have come off straight up and then over, and it kept it nice and low in the box. But I mean, it's doing the same thing. It's just not quite as nice as if you can, have a few custom fittings, and that way you don't have to go with like a male adapter and then a 90. You can have like a street L, or it's a slip by slip by thread 90 male threads, and I think it's spigot by thread 90, and you can sort of use one fitting instead of two and make it a little bit cleaner. But overall, not too bad.